everyone. I hope everybody is having a great weekend or a great day today. It's long weekend in Canada. Today is October 11, and tomorrow is a Monday. Tomorrow we'll celebrate Thanksgiving here in Canada. Now, for today's video, I'm going to talk to you about why do we celebrate Thanksgiving here in North America and how did it all start? Okay? At the same time, I'm going to give you a tour around the neighborhood where I live and show you the trees and look at the foliage, the changing colors of foliage. See? From green to orange. Look how pretty this is. See? I'm gonna show you that. So Thanksgiving is a typical fall celebration or holiday. It happens in the fall. It coincides with early harvest here in Canada because Canada is located north of America. Harvest time in Canada comes earlier than our southern counterpart in America. So, see, harvest is usually associated with fall, and that's one reason why we celebrate Thanksgiving here. Okay, see all that lovely colors. Fall is one of my favorite things about Canada. It's beautiful, it's vibrant, and yes, it's also messy because look, once these trees reach their maturation, the leaves will start falling. That's what happens. And then another reason why we have Thanksgiving here was because of this guy, Sir Martin Frobisher. He is an English seaman, an explorer, and a privateer. He actually wanted to actually explore and discover the Northwest Passage that would lead him to Southern Sea. During his time, the Pacific Ocean was not yet called Pacific Ocean. They called the Pacific Ocean Southern Sea. Now, this was in the 1500s. During Martin Frobisher's time. He wanted to do this because if he finds the Northwest Passage is actually that sea route, okay? That sea route between the northernmost tip of North America, which is a part of Canada, or which is Canada, and then the Arctic. If he finds that and successfully enters and exits out of the Northwest Passage, he'll end up in the Southern Sea, which is now called the Pacific Ocean, which means they will have a shorter travel time to India and to China, which is what the English Empire has always wanted. Okay, they wanted to trade in these countries, and actually they did, because India ended up being a British colony, and China too at some point. That's why Hong Kong was ceded to China just right before the millennium 2000, because they were a part of British colony. So this was Martin Frobisher's goal, to find that Northwest Passage. Well, the Northwest Passage is actually a very dangerous sea route because it's full of ice. Imagine being stuck between the northernmost tip of Canada and Arctic. That's really cold. You can imagine that the surface of the sea in that area is already covered with iceberg and a lot of ice. So it's really dangerous. You could actually get stuck there, frozen, and die in the middle of your journey. Now, Sir Martin Frobisher, because the journey was really very hazardous, he ended up landing at Baffin Island, which is near Newfoundland. Okay, and that's where he and his crew disembarked and celebrated their first Thanksgiving dinner in 1587. Fun fact, okay, there were no First Nations or indigenous tribes in the first Thanksgiving dinner that was hosted by Sir Martin Frobisher for his crew. No, it's so different. The Thanksgiving here in Canada is really different from the Thanksgiving history in America, whereby the Pilgrims, when they set foot in America, they had their first Thanksgiving dinner and share that meal with the Indian tribes. Not so in Canada, okay? So basically what Martin Frobisher did, he celebrated Thanksgiving just because he was so happy to be alive, you know, to emerge alive out of a very dangerous sea voyage that he has embarked himself into. So in essence, he was like, thank God I'm alive. I thought I was gonna die in this vast frozen hell of of sea that surrounds me. So that was essentially the reason why he had his Thanksgiving dinner done in 1587. Later on, this Thanksgiving idea caught on, and of course the government legislated it and turned it into law, that the second Monday of October every year will be celebrated as Thanksgiving. It's actually good because Thanksgiving has its Christian roots here in Canada, because most of these parliamentarians in Ottawa that time, they actually wanted to celebrate Thanksgiving for purely spiritual reasons. They were just so happy to thank God for for being Canadians. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I've read one article that said it was so. So they wanted to thank God for. They celebrated Thanksgiving for a lot of reasons. And to this day, we're celebrating it too. Now, I know that because it's pandemic, it's hard to be thankful during a difficult time, especially when you're going through some trials or difficulties. It's really hard to be thankful. But I think the good thing about exercising this attitude of gratitude, the good thing about this is it teaches us that in spite of the challenges we face, no matter how hard our problems are, we have hope. We thank God for life. Okay, you lost your job, you got fired, but it's not the end of the world. You can still look for a job. You're still alive. Okay, your loved one died. There's still hope, because death is not the end of everything. It's the beginning. There's always a reason that you can find in your life to be thankful. Well, I'm not sure if I'm making any sense to you, but if you try to find something in your life that you can be thankful for, it's good for your mental health and spiritual health as well. It's really good. It gives hope. It gives you a boost, a mental and spiritual boost. And we need that today more than ever. Now that we have this coronavirus going on, there is hope. Of course, it's not going to be the same Thanksgiving that we used to have in recent years. There will be no big gatherings at home. You can even just be thankful for the meal that you have on your table, even when you're not able to celebrate Thanksgiving with your loved ones and friends. Me, my family's in the Philippines. I have already spoken to my mother, and I've always been alone in my journey. But I know that even if I'm alone, God is with me. I'm not alone because I have Emmanuel in my heart, God with us. So I really hope you find something good in your life to be thankful for. Thank God for the roof over your head. Thank God for the food on the table. Even if you don't have turkey, it doesn't have to be. In fact, the first Thanksgiving dinner here in Canada, they did not have turkey on their menu. What they had was beef jerky or salty beef, clams and lobsters, because there are a lot of lobsters and clams in Newfoundland, and they have the best lobster there. And they had green peas. That's how simple their Thanksgiving was. Your Thanksgiving dinner doesn't have to be grand. You don't need turkey to celebrate Thanksgiving. All you need to have is a thankful heart. That's all I can say right now. So wherever you are, I hope and pray that no matter how depressing the times are, you will find a way to be thankful and grateful. God bless you all.